Have you ever found yourself needing to check up on a lawsuit, maybe verify a criminal background, or even just dig into your family tree, only to smack right into a massive online paywall? Well, welcome to this explainer. We're going to completely bypass those expensive roadblocks and access public court records for free.
It's a super frustrating reality, right? These confusing government websites basically drive us straight into the arms of pricey third-party services that want to charge you for what is actually public information. But stick with me, because today I'm going to show you exactly how to find this stuff at zero cost, literally right from your own computer.
Okay, here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with an intro to Frederick Court records, look at the essential search tools, walk through a step-by-step search guide, go over some pro tips for better results, talk about overcoming common search roadblocks, and wrap up with final steps and a disclaimer.
All right, let's dive right into Section 1, Intro to Frederick Court Records.
So what are we actually looking at here? Well, these records are basically the heartbeat of the local justice system. Whether you're doing legal research, tracing genealogy, or just doing some personal case tracking, these official files act as the written history of the courtroom. We are talking about the whole shebang, everything from minor traffic citations all the way to complex civil disputes, criminal prosecutions, family law matters like divorce and custody, and even probate records for wills and estates.
Moving right along to Section 2, Essential Search Tools.
Now pay attention here, because this is the ultimate beginner's trap. There are actually two completely separate Frederick counties sitting right next to each other. I know, crazy, right? One operates out of the city of Frederick under the Maryland State Judiciary, and the other surrounds the city of Winchester under the Virginia court system. If you don't know exactly which state your case is in, you're going to end up searching in the wrong database entirely, and we definitely want to avoid that.
To navigate this little geographic puzzle, your toolkit really just requires a reliable internet connection, a bit of patience, and knowing the right portal. For Maryland records, you'll head to the Maryland Judiciary Case Search, which is a unified statewide database. But if you're looking in Virginia, you'll want to use Virginia's OCIS 2.0 system. The best part, both of these portals are completely free, and you can access them right from your couch.
Okay, Section 3, Step-by-Step Search Guide. Let's get into the actual steps. First, visit your respective portal. Now, if you're in Virginia, you'll need to select your specific court from the drop-down menu first. When you're entering your search criteria, remember this golden rule. If you have the unique case number, use it immediately. Trust me on this one. It gives you the absolute fastest, most precise retrieval, zeroing right in on your file without the risk of pulling up someone who just happens to have the exact same name. But what if you only have a name? Well, for Maryland searches, you just accept the landing page disclaimer, carefully type in the party's name, and then apply some filters, like the case type or the filing date, to efficiently narrow things down. Once you spot the case you're looking for, just click on the case number. Boom! This reveals the docket summary, which is basically a chronological timeline of every single court action, motion, and hearing date related to that specific file. Next up, Section 4, Pro Tips for Better Results.
Sometimes, a basic name search comes up totally empty just because of a tiny spelling error. Maryland's system, for example, defaults to exact name matching. So if you type Smithson, it is not going to show you Smith. But there's a really cool workaround, the wildcard rule. By utilizing the % symbol right after the first few letters of a name, you can totally bypass those tricky alternative spellings. Honestly, it's an absolute game changer for finding hard-to-pin-down records.
Here's another super frequent hurdle we see. People often search court dockets hoping to find property deeds or tax assessments. But, spoiler alert, those actually live somewhere else entirely. If you need real estate transactions, tax valuations, or ownership histories, you need to pivot over to dedicated land record portals. For example, check out the Maryland SDAT database or Frederick County, Virginia's Real Estate Property Search.
Let's move to Section 5, Overcoming Common Search Roadblocks.
Now, we have to manage expectations a bit here, because even with the best tools, you might hit a wall. Why? Because not everything is legally allowed to be on the public internet. If you're searching for a specific criminal record and it just vanishes into thin air, it may have been granted an expungement. So what's that? An expungement is a court order that legally removes a case from public databases to protect a person's privacy. Once a record is expunged, it's literally as if it never happened online.
And beyond expungements, there are a few other types of files you simply won't find online. This list includes sealed cases, juvenile matters, and, specifically in Maryland, closed minor traffic tickets that are over 36 months old. Knowing this right out of the gate is absolutely crucial, because it saves you from endless frustration trying to find a file that has been intentionally restricted or automatically purged from the system.
All right, we're in the home stretch. Section 6, Final Steps and Disclaimer.
It's super important to know that these online portals only provide plain copy summaries. They are absolutely fantastic for research and tracking cases from home. But to get an officially stamped, certified copy for legal proof, like say you need it for a bank or a passport office, you actually have to physically visit the appropriate courthouse clerk's office, make a formal request in person, and usually pay a small per-page fee.
And here is a very necessary disclaimer for us to go over. While this guide totally empowers your research, it definitely does not substitute for the counsel of a licensed attorney or a legal aid organization. The advice provided in this explainer is for informational purposes only. If you are facing a serious legal issue, please always consult with a legal professional to get specific guidance tailored to your situation.
So, we've covered the exact portals, the jurisdictional traps, and pro tactics like that wildcard rule, so you can find what you need without paying a single dime. The digital vault is officially unlocked. Now that you have the tools and the map right in your hands, whose history are you going to uncover first? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.